So you say your policy on migrants is zero, but this isn't against all migrants, is it?
No. It's about illegal migration. It's about those who are trying to come and not to work, not to pay their taxes, but to blow themselves up. That's what it is. Everyone is very welcome in Poland. Everyone. Submit your documents, apply for your visa, apply for your permission to be here. We're gonna check out if you're not a threat to the society, and you are very welcome. We are not North Korea, that no one can leave and come in. But we are logical, and we are trying to be safe and secure our families. That's it.
And for those that don't know, how many terror attacks have happened in Poland?
Zero. None. And I love the zero. I'm trying to repeat it every single time. Zero. There was not even any accident, as it's called.
No car
Nothing.
accidentally driven into a group of people.
Crowd. So the car decided to accidentally.
Of its own accord.
Oh my God! These cars, they are terrible these days.
So zero.
Nothing. Zero. Absolutely zero.
Zero illegal immigration into Poland.
And what I mean by zero is that when this madness was started by Angela Merkel, when she decided to take like hundreds and hundreds of thousands, then she find out that they are not a cheap labor, that they don't want to learn language, they don't want to contribute to the society by their taxes, but they want money, they want social, and they want to blow themselves up sometimes. So she decided that, so we got a problem. Let's say that this is a European problem. I started it, so let's spread them around. Let's do this quota system. And that's when we said, no, my love, we're not gonna take any of those. Keep them, pay for them. We're not going to take responsibility for your madness.
And you've said, so Poland has taken zero of Angela Merkel's migrants that she's tried to foist on you.
That's correct. And this is what we promised during the campaign. Because she was looking for cheap labor. Macron, when he won on the election night, he says that he wants to change European Union with Germany. So he doesn't want to cooperate with the member states, but he's going to change Europe with Germany. So you know what? France and Germany, stay there. If you don't like European Union with Poland, Hungary and others, you can stay and have your own European Union. We're not going to leave. What they're trying to say, they're trying to say, oh, you should leave EU, or these governments are so populist, they want to leave EU. No, if you don't like European Union with us, you're going to leave. Yes. We're not going to leave, we're going to change it.
And on that point recently, in the last week, couple of days, Poland came out in support of Hungary.
That's correct.
So Hungary was in effect being penalised. There was going to be sanctions applied because it refused to take the quota. Only Poland came to the rescue, if you will, of Hungary and said, no, we're going to veto this. Only Poland.
It is true. Only Poland in this debate. But there are countries who are still
wavering.
That's right.
Austria,
Italy. They are still.
I want to shake them.
I know.
want to shake
there will, I don't want to say that, but if there will be another terror attack, society will push on the governments. I'm very proud of the internal minister in Italy, a councillor of Austria doing good. A whole Visegrad group is behind us. Maybe they are not so brave, but they are supportive. Step by step, they're gonna be like strong, and they will speak out. I'm sure about it. And it's not only about it's not about only them. I think the whole European Union knows how bad it is.
And a message from you. So when I put up on Twitter that I'm meeting you here in the Parliament building, people say, can we have him, please? Can we have him in our Parliament, please? Please, can he come and talk some sense to our leadership? So what's your message for people like Theresa May after a terror attack, a terrible attack, let's say Manchester, and she comes out and she says, we stand united, thoughts and prayers, we won't be defeated by terror.
All these thoughts and prayers, come on, what prayer is it? Is it a Muslim prayer, or is it a Christian prayer, or what prayer is it? The whole crisis is about our identity. It's not about migration, it's about who we are and our identity in the future. So what I would like to tell them, Theresa May and the rest, be brave, because the history will judge you. The history will show your acts, decisions, and everyone is trying to say about our Iron Lady, how great she was, this and that. Be the same. Be brave. It's not worth it to risk your own life and the life of your people on the sake of some moment in history, which is a moment when you're in the seat.
And tell me, do you think, it used to be Polish people coming to the UK, or all these Polish people come to the UK, do you think that wave is turning the other way? Do you see people from, say, my country, the UK, other countries, Germany, looking towards Poland and Hungary, saying, actually, that looks more like a home that I want to be part of?
I am the best example. I used to live in London for 5 years.
You survived.
First of all, I worked hard, I was legally, I contributed by my taxes, and then I came back. Because I love my country, I know that this is the country of opportunity. This is what it is. I visited Sweden 2 weeks ago, and they says we want to move. Do you mind if we I said, I don't mind, because they are scared. The friend of mine, he took me to the one of no-go zones, and so I started to record it, and he says, are you crazy?
Were you Rinkeby or Malmo? Not sure.
Can't remember. It wasn't Malmo, but one of those.
He was like, don't get your phone out.
And he says, are you crazy?
You are crazy.
They already watching, we have to leave now. So it was like 20, 30 seconds, and we would be attacked because of my phone in the car.
White guy. Yeah.
So that was scary, and then the guy on one of the meetings, he says, okay, so how many no-go zones do you have? I said, we don't have no-go zones. You can go wherever. And he says, but where can I not go? I said, you can go anywhere.
And in terms of for people listening, Poland's track record in terms of safety for women.
What do you mean?
Well, my understanding is that Poland is the safest country in Europe.
It's number one in the whole continent, not European Union. Number one.
So Poland is number one in the whole of
Europe as a continent, not only European Union.
In the whole of Europe,
whole continent,
safety
the
for
safest,
women.
And we have number 4. We are number 4 on the lowest unemployment. It's the lowest in the history. So we need people to work. Actually, we need professionals. And we are number 3 about the economy.
Your GDP is massive.
It's just great. It's just booming. But the most important thing is safety. You know, it's much better to earn less and be alive than be a millionaire and to be stabbed. That's how I see life, and that's how I see future of Poland and history for Poland. Because I'm a politician at the moment, and we are all gonna go one day from the parliament. And we are going to go on we're going to die. So my son, my grandson will be safe if we're going to take action now. And this is what our government do. This is what we does.
And when you think of lists of countries, because our audience that at Rebel Media, they are from Canada, they're from America, they're South Africa, Australia. The countries that you see, when I see us as a sort of trajectory, England, the UK is very far down. It's lost.
I'm really sorry for you. I really feel sorry for you.
London has fallen, right? And Sweden has fallen.
That's
my mind. Where do you see other countries following behind that internationally? When you spot them, you go, you're not far away from following the UK down a very bad road. Who are those countries?
Look at what's happening in Paris and France. Great daughter of the church. What's happened with you, France? What has happened with you? Then you've got Luxembourg. Then you've got Netherlands. It's so bad. I'm the delegate for the Council of Europe. When I listen to what they are talking about when they have these meetings and committees and all this and that, these countries where they are having this leftist governments, they are crazy.
Canada, maybe the same. Canada, I think.
I'm really sorry. The Canadian Prime Minister is following this terrible track, and if he's not going to be changed, Canada's going to be gone, and that's why President Trump is so important for the world now, because until he's winning, no one really believed that a change is possible. So my message would be, do believe in a change, vote, wipe them out, get leftists into the history, and take responsibility into your hands. It's not about you, it's not about the moment that you're a politician, it's not about your seat, it's about your daughters, which might be raped. Do not let your daughters to be raped by the Islamists, because this is what is happening now in Germany, in France, in Sweden. If you love your daughter, don't let Islamists to rape her. This is just a picture. This is just a symbol.
And as someone like myself who's a Trump supporter, who's a massive supporter of what's going on here in Poland and in Hungary, this idea that we see a hope both in America with Trump and a hope here with Poland and Hungary. What is that bigger hope? Is it this grouping of strong European leaders like yourself like in Italy with Salvini? Is that the new hope for Europe?
I think we are having a new elites. Because in the past, European elites were leftists, calling themselves Democrats or whatever they call themselves, leftists, post-communists. They were elites now. And I think we are having a new elites, which are really elites. I'm not talking about myself, about Mr. Trump and others, who wants to change because too many people died. I'm still trying to say that this is not about this. It's not about politics. I mean, it is, but not politics itself for the politicians. It's about the future. So people are really scared. That's why I want you to have a walk with me in Warsaw.
I will.
To see the difference, you know?
Yeah, I do. And it is a feeling you have. You know, you have a feeling in Sweden, central Sweden versus the suburbs.
No, I couldn't get out the car. I couldn't get out.
No, it's a dangerous place,
It's
I know.
crazy.
Tell me how many mosques there are in Warsaw.
I do not know any, to be honest.
None.
I do not know any, really. I know that the Saudis offered to build one, so I responded. I said, if you want to build the mosque, I don't mind, because it's a free country, democratic country, but we're gonna pay for the cathedral in Saudi Arabia. So then the silent appeared. No one really respond. I don't mind, really. If they want to have a partner as a human being.
You said, fine, you'll build a cathedral in Saudi.
We're gonna pay for it.
I love you. And tell me, what's the solution in the UK where we're already so far down a trail where so many of us feel lost, so many people, regular Brits, good Brits feel lost? You're in a place where you don't have a high density Muslim population, you don't have mosques, you are against illegal immigration, so you are protected, you're protecting your borders. Is there any hope for the UK?
Send them back. I'm serious. Send them back. If they are illegally, or if they don't have a permission to be here, just send them back. That's what President Trump is trying to do, to send Mexicans which are illegal. That's number one. Well, your process, you are so down now. I mean, I'm not sure if there's a hope, but you have to fight for whatever is left, to be honest, because you know that in local councils you can't win now in London if you don't have the support from Muslims.
No.
So who's in charge in your country? Is that just a piece of land which is run by the Muslims, or is it still Great Britain? It used to be great. I don't know.
No, it's political Islam is in control.
So that's the problem. I think you have to speak out. I think you're really doing a good job. Very important for the society. You have to speak out, and you cannot let anyone to put you into the box of the ashamed people who are called fascists. Don't let them using this Islamophobia term all the time. I mean, if they want to, they can call me an elephant, you know. But we have the saying in Poland. You know what I mean. We've got the saying. I don't have to prove in Poland that I am not a camel. This is the saying in Poland, you know.
And what is it then? What is it about Polish people, about the people who voted for your party, about the people that said, actually, we want to stand up for Poland being like Poland? What is it about your culture that made it resistant to
history? We know how it is not to be independent. We know how it is to be occupied. We know how it is to be without identity for 126 years. We've been occupied by Soviets for 70 years. We were forced to be atheists. The church was like just kind of underground church. So we had German occupation, then we had Soviets for 70 years. And we really cherish our freedom. We don't want to lose it by radical Islamists. We had Hitler, we had Stalin. We're not going to let any of those coming back in any time of the history. So I think, sadly, you have to suffer for some time, I think, to really feel the value of freedom, of a Christian identity. And Christian identity, I'm not saying that everyone has to be a Christian, but we are in Europe. Christian identity as a Greek philosopher, as a Christian culture, as a Roman law, as the part of our life. If you want to have a Sharia law, I don't mind. Be open, be merciful, as they say, because they're trying to say that this is humanitarian attitude. You know, stick it. Just take it, you know, this humanitarian. I don't care. If they're trying to tell us that they are better than us, they're better human, open, you have to show your solidarity. I don't have to do it. No. All I have to do is to care about my family. This is what our government does.
I hear you. Now, Italy's leading the charge, Poland, Hungary, Austria's verging on the edge of
Yeah, they will be there.
coming
They
with
will
you.
come.
What other country is going to follow?
I
Where's
hope
next?
I hope 28 countries, 28 member states of EU will. If not, EU will collapse. That's it. That will be it. That will be it. If this madness will not be stopped, the European Union will fall. I don't want it, but this is what is going to happen. That's why I'm absolutely sure the next elections, May 2018, to European Parliament will just change the face of the European Parliament and will change the politics in Europe. 100% sure. Because what is happening now, people are, you see, for so many years, we've been called many names, and the media, liberal leftist media, they created a picture of us, I mean conservatives, as a less educated, less attractive,
Yeah,
you know,
stupid,
you don't want to,
xenophobic, racist.
yeah, you don't want to even touch it. You don't want to go close to it.
Deplorables for
That's
Clinton.
right. That's right. So that's this one word changed the whole
The whole
thrive-
dynamic
yeah,
of that.
and that's how campaign changed. That's why Mr. Trump won. And now I think we are shaked and I think awake, and we don't care. I mean, in Poland, we don't care to be called fascists.
No, I
We
get
don't.
that.
Because,
I
you know,
see
I
that.
don't have to prove that I'm not a camel.
You
Okay? My grandpa fought with fascists. I hate fascists. I hate communists. You know, by the way, Hitler killed 60 million people and Stalin killed 200 million people. So what's worse, to be called fascist or Stalinist? They are Stalinists. Even if now, this is a second or third generation of communists. You know, and if they call me fascist, I call them Stalinist. I don't really care. So, again, what I care is my mom, to have a good, nice lunch on Sunday with my mom outside in the garden. No one is shouting, there's no mosque and all this and that. Again, it's not about Islamophobia. It's not about this or that religion. If you're Muslim, if you want to come, if you want to pay the taxes in Poland, if you don't want to blow yourself up, you can submit and ask for a permission. Then our minister will decide if you are needed in our society.
Yeah. And tell me, if the EU fell apart tomorrow, will there be a new union of like-minded European nations like yourself, like Hungary, like Italy? Is there a new European Union, a braver, bolder one that say...
Possibly, but that would be a very painful process for many. And you see, politicians will take care of themselves, leftists. It's just a shame. It's a shame, and I'm really sorry for all these nations. So I don't want the European Union to fall at the moment. It has to be changed, and we're going to change it. Poland will change it. Hungary will change it. Italy, Austria, and others, they will join us, and we're going to change it. So we have to fight for it. You know, the easiest way is just to leave the party if you don't like it.
Yes, very true.
So
It's like the child. Slam
So
the
yeah,
door.
that's it. You know,
Yeah.
I don't like you anymore. No, we like it. We like this club. Everyone is equal. If you don't like this club, Germany and France, you can leave. We're not going to leave. You're not going to take over because it's not your. You don't own it. You don't own us, right? So that's how I see. But if it would, you know, it's hard to say what would have happened. Probably there would be a group of let's say 15 countries joining together for some kind of cooperation. But let's not talk about it.
And have you met Angela Merkel in the flesh?
Not yet, no. I'd love to.
Because I really want to see that meeting when it happens.
I'd love to. I mean,
I know I would love for you to.
Yeah, I'd love to meet her and speak to her and ask her why she's still calling herself a Christian Democrat. That's the very, very basic question. First of all, why she's calling herself Christian, and why she's calling her Democrat. What she does has nothing to do with a democracy. Why are they hiding the facts about the rapes of illegal Muslim immigrants for over 12 months? Why are they hiding all this information, what is happening? Why, you know, there's so many questions, which proves that she has nothing to do with democracy. So she's calling herself Christian Democrats. Next key, she's going to call herself a pope. You know, it's just ridiculous, you know, it's just full of lies.
And do you think as well that there's this kind of direct link, and you know, I've seen it happen in the UK, we're seeing it now in parts of America, where if you import a population of individuals that you know will vote a certain way, Democrat, Labour, then of course you're
Yes.
perpetuating the cycle.
Look-
So you're importing your voters, which you don't do.
Yeah,
you don't
well,
import the other
no, we don't
side.
have to import anyone because we have support in our own society. I saw the voting results in Sweden, obviously in Malmo and others. It's like 89% for socialists. So we know that they are bringing them to have support, which means that they don't really care about identity. They call it diversity and enrichment. It wouldn't be a enrichment if one of those politicians' daughter would be raped or killed. wouldn't be a rich man anymore. So we don't have to do it, and it's so cynical, and they should be jailed for it. They should be jailed.
And having been in Sweden and observed the voting there, and I've received many reports of electoral fraud in Sweden, do you think that's accurate? Do you think it's likely that the Swedish Democrats polled in the region of 25?
I wasn't officially. I wasn't there as an observer. I was invited for the evening election evening, but I heard the relations that there was a huge number of kind of frauds, really. So I can't say that officially, but I heard from the people that was serious, that was very serious. If they would get 2-3% more, they would be in the government. They would create a government. So
on their own. Thank you very much.